I was a kid, and Calvary had just moved to Lake Stevens, and they had booked Switchfoot, and it was like my first concert ever. It was just, I was just blown away by like just the energy and just how awesome it was. Ever since then, I always thought like, man, I just want to be up there. I want to connect with people on that level. Music was always kind of like the thing that I just loved doing, because I always sang in choirs and stuff in high school. I played the trombone. My dad bought me a guitar when I was 14 years old. I sold my trombone to buy an electric guitar a couple of years later. Always had this thought in my head that like someday I'm gonna be up there on stage like Switchfoot was. So I was just pursuing that the last 5 or 6 years. After I graduated from college, a friend of mine asked for me to start playing guitar in her band. She was kind of progressing to the point where she was going to start touring. The more that I got into the whole professional music scene, the less that it seemed appealing to me. It just seemed kind of fake. People are there to make money. Everybody was in it for themselves. It just seems like people are clawing at each other to try to make a name for themselves. It kind of hurt my soul to like see what I thought I wanted being just not anything that I thought it was. I looked at my life and I was almost ready to just walk away from music. I even had thoughts about quitting the worship team, but then I was up there next Sunday. I was just singing out to God, and the whole congregation was just singing. And I was like, I've been like looking in the wrong spot this entire time. You don't need to have a stage full of thousands of adoring fans or something. You just need a group full of people that love God. All within the span of like a month or two. My car got stolen. My car broke down after it was recovered. I quit/lost my job. I'm not playing in this band anymore. When it rains, it pours, you know? And I just felt like everything was kind of falling apart. My whole life was just like a big handful of sand. And like every time I tried to pick it up, it would just fall out again. I remember I was just sitting by myself, having a pity party. Nobody had mentioned anything to me, nobody had put a thought in my head, but all of a sudden I was just thinking like, man, I should go teach English in China. It was an opportunity that God gave me that I would not have had pretty much any of those things that had happened previously not happened. I was at this Bible study, and the pastor there was talking about being pruned. You know, that story where Jesus comes to this fig tree and it doesn't produce fruit, and so he like kills it. You need to prune a vine, and if a branch isn't producing fruit, you need to cut it off. I just kind of thought about that whole situation as just like, oh man, that was just God just getting rid of all the unnecessary junk that I had kind of built around myself as this life that I thought was right, but obviously wasn't. I'm leaving on July 29th to move to China for at least 6 months. Hopefully I'll get involved with some missionary work. There's just a few different opportunities that I think that I can take advantage of while I'm there, just to, you know, spread God's glory and do something that, I don't know, I just never even thought about doing before.